be every Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time or so. We're usually a little late. That's all good. And I'm going to be working with resin again today, and also the gel nail polish. So last week we discovered that the gel nail polish can't really be used on its own. It's not strong enough. I mean, you can if you have little areas, like any nail polish, you can do that as well. But I realized it's better to put a little coat of resin first, UV resin, and then put the nail polish on top. And actually the gel nail polish is nicer than regular nail polish because regular nail polish smells really strong. So, hey Peggy, how are you? Nice to see you. So yeah, so I'm gonna get started, and we are going to do ladybugs this week with the resin. And last week we did yin yang. That was super fun. I'm getting quite the collection of resin projects, and I put them all together in a book that's about resin jewelry and sun catchers. So I'll link that up in the description below. Let me just pull up the page on my computer so I can see who's hopping on, and then we'll get started. And I also just ran downstairs and flattened some 16 gauge wire because it works well with flattened wire. So we're going to use that along with some other things, and I should get a piece of paper because I actually haven't drawn these out yet. And I will show you some pictures of the other ladybugs that we did this week. Actually, I probably have them. I have them probably, the actual samples I could show you too. So let me just go to the live. We're on the live. I'm going to get a piece of paper. Okay, we also have to make sure we are. Oh, no, it's upside down. I could fix that. I could fix that. Don't worry. I know how to fix that. I know how to fix it. There's my ceiling. And we're going to do that. Yay! Haha! Thought you were going to get me. YouTube, you did not. And let's pull this out a little bit more. And we're going to make sure that's centered. And let's pull it up a little bit more. Okay, so how's that? That's good. Excellent. So who's here? Corey, how you doing? And you're good, Peggy, that's awesome. And Ruth, hey Ruth, how are you? And Amber is here, yippee. So let me go ahead and get a piece of paper, and so we could draw the ladybugs out first. So we've got some paper, I have my flat wire, move that over a little bit more, and I will get a pencil and a Sharpie. So I like the micro pens, we'll use those. I have an eraser and a pencil. Okay, so there's those, and let us also get the ladybugs. You know what might be easier though is to show you the ladybugs on a picture of the ladybugs. It might be here, and I have my Let's Resin kit. We're going to be using that. And then I got this kit with gel nail polish on Amazon. So I'm going to pull those out. And the light for that one is a big light like that. But I might just use the one from the Let's Resin kit. I think they're pretty well the same. The one from the nail polish kit, you have to plug it into an actual plug. But the one for the Let's Resin kit, here's all the colors. The ones for the Let's Resin kit, you put it into the computer, which is easier since my computer's right here. Okay, so there's that. Here's the light for the UV resin. Let's get it all set up as we go. Hi, Diana. Nice to see you. Okay. Oh, and Karen's here. Awesome. Hello, hello. So here's the light. And basically it has these little stands. And then you just plug it in with the USB cord. And that'll plug in my computer. So I'm going to put that in my computer so it's ready And we have the nail polish, we have the UV resin, and we have wire. And I want to show you the ladybugs. Okay, so last week we did yin yang. Let me just find that. And let's see if I can find the samples here. Oh, that's nice. I have a whole thing in I actually have a whole bag with my resin samples. So that's good. We've done quite a few things in resin now. So I have a whole bag dedicated to resin. There we go. Okay. Hi, Mary. Nice to see you. Mary, thanks for all your beautiful posts in the Wire Makers Club. You're really prolific. That's awesome. I love your wire weaving. It's so cool. So now let's go ahead and here's the ones we did last week. So last week we did the yin yang, which are really fun, and the flowers. So you see, I don't know if you can see, but the one that was done with nail polish and no resin, it kind of like it's weak, like it's kind of collapsed. It's not super strong. So that was a good experiment. The nail polish, gel nail polish on its own isn't super effective, but when you layer it with resin, so you do resin first and then the nail polish after. I could have done another coat of resin after, actually. That would have tied it all together. It's not too late. I might put another coat of resin on these just to tie them all together. This is still sticky. Interesting. Maybe I'll put it under here so it'll have a chance to, I'm going to put it under there again. That's weird. It's still sticky after a whole week, although it was in a bag, so that's normal. Okay, I'm working on my yin yang. Oh, I can't wait to see it. That's awesome. So yes, the ladybugs, let me go to the group and find them. So if you guys aren't already a member of the Wire Makers group, Wire Makers Club, let me just find it. Okay, so here's the Wire Makers Club. It's a private group, so you could share your work privately, and it's a great place to get feedback and ask for questions and ideas and stuff. So there's that. So let me just find photos in the Wire Makers Club. Let me get the photos. Yep, so here's the photos. There we go. Guys might recognize some of your own work in there. I see some of Mary's work. And what I'm looking for are the ladybugs. And so here's the ladybugs we did. Now this was a special request from Angela. I'm delighted with them. I just love when you guys request different things because these turned out really, really well. So I did one pair with legs, which is cute. But then I did a pair without legs that are super cute. They've got like a little spiral head. These are similar to the ones Angela made originally. They turned out really well. So I'm going to show you her set that she made. Let me find it. Oh, you know why she posted it? As a comment on, let me find it. Okay, I am going to find it because this is how designs evolve, is when people make our special request and they share their work in progress, and then I can spin off that to find a way to do things effectively. And I did the same thing with Ladybug. She wanted a Harry Potter symbol, so she sent me pictures of what she had done, and then I worked on it and sent her back pictures, like a step-by-step, and then I realized I had already done a tutorial, I think, a while ago. So here's Angela's design. So this was she was asking for a tutorial. So this was her ladybug, which already is, here, let's click it. It's already super cute what she did. Amazing. And then after I did the tutorial, let me find them. No, let's find the comments. Oh, this was, I showed her some from the live stream. So this is something else. So these are done on the live stream a while ago, Ladybugs, and none of them have resin. They're wire and beads. Oh, and not resin, but Fimo. Okay, so we did that with Fimo below. I'll link that up below as well. And then, where's, drum roll, please. Well, that was a sample I made for her. Ah, here's Angela's set. So look what Angela did. She went to town. They're gorgeous. She did a great idea. And I actually really like that she didn't even do a circle under the wings. She just did the wings with the head. Is that a bead head? Bead head. And yeah, wow, amazing. It takes a village, eh? Lovely work. Incredible. Way to go, Angela. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so much fun. I love that. It's like we work together and two heads are better than one. And I don't know how many are in the group, 20,000 or something? 20,000 heads are better than one as well. I don't know if there's 20,000 people in that group. Let me just see. I don't think so. Let's see. I don't generally check numbers, so it's so funny because Amber was always the one to tell me my count on YouTube. So 19,000 members. So that's a lot of members. And like I said, it's a private group, so you don't have to worry about if you want to send something that's, you know, a little rough and you don't want it shared, it's not a problem at all. Or if you guys ever want to just email me and send pictures, that's fine too, if you want to be really discreet. Okay, so let's think of resin. So one thing I was thinking is we could do a kind of a circle up like that, because this is going to be kind of, has to be all one layer for the resin. And then we could do these circles separately, or, I think I'm going to keep that up there. Oh, yeah, we could do something like that, actually, I guess. I don't know if we'd want to do it like that, or we just want to do the circles separate. So I'm just playing with this. We are going to keep these circles separate. You could almost use jump rings for that too, eh? That would work. If you use jump rings for those circles, then you wouldn't have to form them. So that's one idea. And then the other idea would just be take this around here and finish it. And then you do your separate circles like that. So that's an idea, okay? But then how do we attach the head? Well, one thing I was thinking is you could just take another wire and then go like that. Okay, so that can work. You might want to twist a wire on there after, and then you can fill that in with black. Okay, that's an idea. How would you attach this? Well, I don't know if glue would stick there. Otherwise, or resin. Otherwise, if you want it really secure on the back, okay, on the back, you can do this, and then this, because the idea is really to keep this flat, right? So on the back, you can actually like do a spiral, zoop, and then maybe, because those are going to be beside each other, and then that will secure it on the back. You can do that, right? Connie, hi Connie, I wonder if beads could be used for the ladybug spots. Great idea. We could try that. That's actually a really good idea. Okay, so black beads. Let me see what I got. I like that idea. Okay, let's try both ways and see what way we like the best. So got my beads and got this, got my flat wire, and I'm also going to do one with not flat wire. So for that, we can get, maybe the 16 gauge would be good for that. And let me just go grab my jump rings. I moved a lot of my supplies downstairs. So do I have my jump rings in here? Let me just see. They're all in zippy bags downstairs, but if the jump rings aren't here, I bet they're in another bag. Okay, I'm gonna go look somewhere else. Okay, I can't find my jump rings. Let me check in here. Oh, there we go. Jump rings, and look what else I found. O-rings. Those might work too. Actually, these might work really well. So we got a lot to work with here. Let's move some of that stuff. And let's just get going with it. I'm gonna have a sip of water. And it's gonna work right on this paper. If it's okay if it gets mucked up, because we can move it after. And let's start with the flat wire. Corey, trying to use beads for my yin yang. Oh, nice. Awesome. Yeah, I did do a yin yang with beads, but no resin a while back. And that was a really cool design. And that was another special request. That was a lady we know from the live music. Her name is Eileen, and she ordered some large yin yangs with flat wire and the bead. And it was basically her design that I made. You know, I'd helped with the logistics of it and created it, but she had the idea. So that was cool. That was like another collaboration, which was really fun. Okay, so here's our flat wire. You can tell it's a little wobbly. If you buy already flattened wire, it's gonna be better because this is a little bit wobbly. But let's make it a decent size. I lost one of my pill bottles, so unfortunately I only have this one or that one. I'll have to find another one. I bet they could get me one at the pharmacy. So we're gonna bring this one around. Well, the small one's better anyways. Let's just bring this right around, and then if it's too big, we can, well, I don't think it's gonna be too big. So we're gonna bring that right around, and we should bring this one around a little more. Okay, and then we'll bring the wire up to form the wing. Take our flat pliers and bend it right up at an angle. Okay. So we could like bring it around and form one of the loops, or I think what I'd rather do is, here, let's go ahead, making sure I'm on camera, and bring that in. Okay. Okay, so we've got that. Now we want to make sure they're somewhat centered. Okay, pretty good. And then let's put them flush. This is the flat wire, but if you want to try this with 16 gauge, not flat wire, you could do that too. The key is to clip it up just underneath here. Okay, and then the side too. And then we'll still have some left if we want to try another one after, but we could also try the other one with not flat wire. I also have fat black wire. Oh, see, this one I cut a little short, but, or maybe the other one I cut too long. Let's try to make them the same length, okay? Ish. Well, they're more or less the same. Could hold them together and clip them a bit. Okay, so there's that, and now we have to adjust them in a way that they're going to sit flat. Okay, pretty good. Oh, they're a little off, but I'm not gonna worry too much about it. We can bring this one, straighten this one out a little bit. It's a little bit tricky to get them really well adjusted. And it's okay if they're open at the bottom. It makes it kind of cute. Okay, let's get some tape to lay it down. Okay, I'm gonna get some tape. Yeah, Corey, you'll have to share your yin yang in the group when it's done. I can't wait to see it. That'll be so nice. And are you at the cottage creating, or where's your location today? Share your location. Okay, let's do this. Let's make sure it's here. I don't know what that speck is, but as long as it doesn't get in our piece. Yeah, see, it's a little wonky. So now we do have to adjust it so it sits flat. So just push it beyond the frame and back. Wiggle it around so it becomes as flat as possible. Okay. So I guess you could look at it with like on the side, and even if the resin leaks a bit, it's okay. There might be a better tape for this. The trouble is it's because it's not, there's not a lot of surface to stick to. It makes it difficult. Okay, so what we could do is we could either go ahead and make little circles with flat wire, which why don't we try that first? And if you're going to do that, use the bail making pliers so they're all the same size. And you want to make sure that end is cut super flush. And we're going to hold this with the bail making pliers and bring it around. Yeah, and what I'm wondering though is to really get it around, yeah, you can't really do much about that to get it. Like if it was round wire, you could make a complete circle, because this wire, like if you do want it to be more rounded, you almost have to like separate it and bring it beyond here. So at least it's rounded. Might be a little warbly, but we're gonna see. And then we're gonna cut that straight. And we will oh boy, we're gonna see how this looks. Whoops. And maybe it's also not big enough. We're gonna see. It's hard making a jump ring out of flat wire, that's for sure. I mean, it's not horrible. Okay, let's just see if we can even it out a bit. So if we did use that, I mean, let's compare it. So if there's that one with the gold, maybe I'll make it a little bigger. And then if we use the actual jump ring, it's gonna be thin. See, the jump ring's gonna be a little thin, and that one's that's too big, I think. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with the flat wire, and let's try the next biggest size down here and see how that looks. So let's remove these out of the way. The jump rings would be maybe better if you used 18 gauge wire or something. Let's remove some of this stuff. Okay, we're gonna try it on this size of the bail. Now the hard part is holding the end so it doesn't snap off. And now again, I'm gonna go beyond that, okay? And then we're going to cut it. This might be too big now. Might need something in between, but there's nothing in between, so we're gonna, oh, actually, you know what? I have another pair of bail making pliers that might have one that's in between. So let's go ahead and close that. That one's a little big. Oh, it's also a little wobbly. So let me see if I have the black ones. I lent them to my sister. Let me get them back. There we go. Okay, let's try this one. And let's try another one. So we're gonna clip the end. These are the older Beadalon bail making pliers from their older stock, and they're slightly different size from the newer ones. So that's why I kept these ones, because they're just ever so slightly cut differently than the other ones. So now I have to like overlap. So I had to push it up a bit and, oh, wrong way. Want it flush. Okay, clip. There we go. And oopsies. There we go. So we're gonna close that up and see if that size is better. Okay. So that was that size, and that's, oh, no, it's more or less the same. Do they all have to be the same size, the dots, or can they be different? Because this one looks a little big. I don't know if Ladybug dots are the same size. You guys let me know. There's that, and there's that. And I do like the idea of let me do a smaller one, beads. So we'll want to try that too. But let's try to get this one done. There we go. Let me just do this one here. I'll do the smaller size. Perfect. Oh, hey Latidra, how are you? How you doing? We're just making ladybugs. So we're gonna bring this one around, and hopefully that's the right size. I'm just making the spots, but it's tricky with flat wire to do the spots and to get them looking right. So we're gonna see ladybugs. Yes, 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 ladybugs today. Isn't that a song, Ladybugs on a Ladybug Picnic? What is that from? Is that Sesame Street? I think that's Sesame Street. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 ladybugs on a ladybug picnic. I think that's how it goes. Excuse my terrible singing. There we go. I think I'm going to use the smaller ones. There we go. I used to love Sesame Street. That and Mr. Dressup were amazing. My favorite. Actually, Mr. Dressup was my idol, and probably the reason that I'm obsessed with arts and crafts. And he was Canadian too, from Toronto. Not too super late. No, I started late. I started around 10 to 2, so you're not late. And it took me forever to get organized, as usual. I had to run downstairs and get my jump rings, which I couldn't find. And then I found them upstairs. And what else do I have to get? I had to get all my stuff. Oh, and we looked through the Wire Makers Club because Angela had requested the ladybugs originally. And so I wanted to show everybody the original one that Angela made, and then my sample, and then the actual finished one. So we were just saying how it takes a village, right, to create these designs, and nobody works in a vacuum. And I really appreciate everybody's feedback and suggestions and ideas. And for sure, you know, the ideas could dry up if you don't bounce off other people. So it's nice to have those interactions. And you guys always amaze me with your with the things you share in the Wire Makers Club, and I've been posting them on Pinterest for years, and we have almost 2,000 images of viewers' work based on tutorials and challenges and stuff like that on Pinterest. So if you guys like Pinterest, be sure to check that out because, yeah, we're almost to 2,000 images, which is pretty cool. And everybody always puts an amazing spin on things. Okay, we're getting there. Just 2 more rings and we good. And then I'm going to put a little bit of resin, and then we are going to do the nail polish because we realized last week that just nail polish doesn't cut it. So that's what we're going to be doing. Let's just put this on a bit of a slant to overlap. And there we go. And we'll clip it. Flash. Oh, Mustafa was, speaking of clip it, Mustafa was going to pop by today. I wonder if he got busy. Pinterest is cool. Yeah, Pinterest is great. We've got lots of ideas. I always share the images of the stuff from the tutorials. I share the ebooks and stuff, and I share viewers' work, which is really fun, and art sometimes. My art takes a back burner though. I love art, but art is a hobby for me, and I don't put any pressure on myself to create art on any kind of schedule or anything. I just do it when the inspiration hits. And I'm still working on that challenge, the 10-day gratitude journal challenge, but we've had a few things that have preoccupied me recently, so I won't be putting that out right away, but hopefully soon. And then, of course, another 10-day wire challenge, which probably will be in the month of June at this rate. And I always like to do, I used to do more challenges, 10-day challenges, but if I can get 2 out a year, I'll be happy. So one in the spring, like spring, summer, and then one in the fall. And I know what I'm doing for this one. I just have to get down and film the videos because that takes time. Okay, I guess like that. I'm not sure what order I want these in. Just like that, I think. Okay, so there's the ladybug, and then we're gonna have to do the head, right? So let's curve this out a bit. See how much maybe we'll just curve it on this one. That would be better. I see some of the things I've made on your Pinterest. Yes, of course. Yeah. Yeah, you've been participating in challenges and sharing your work in the group for eons. I think you're one of the OGs, Connie. There we go. So there we go. We're going to check this. I'm going to bring this in. I think one of the very first person to join the group was Clarice. And she has her own Facebook group as well called Goddess Touch or something. She does a lot of like crafty she shares a lot of crafty projects and dolls and really cool type stuff. Yeah, and Amber too, you've been a member for ages, ages and ages. I don't even know when you started watching my stuff. Long time ago. Yeah, it's been a while. Because I've been on YouTube for, I don't know how many years now. 14, maybe more? Yeah, time goes fast. Okay, so this is going to be like the idea for the head. And then I will just clip these the same length so I can turn them down in the antenna. Well, that's a little head. That should maybe be a little bigger. That's really small. Okay, maybe we'll make it a little bigger if we can. I hope it doesn't break. Let's bring this one down a bit more. Okay. Let's try if we can make it a little bit bigger. Go around here and then up here. I think that's going to be better. So let's try to make the head a little bit bigger. It's hard to manipulate the flat wire because you don't want it to break. So we're going to bring that up and up. Let's see if that's good. That's better. Bring this over a little bit and up. Okay, so that's pretty good, even if it's not exactly the same. Bring that down a bit. Okay. Now let's clip this to about, I don't know, there, 3/4 of an inch. And this one, okay. And now we're going to form, oh, Mirta's in the house. I see it. Hey, Mirta, can you get in the chat box? There we go. So let's turn this. Mirta always announces her entrance, which is awesome. I was on a FaceTime call with my dad and my mom, and on FaceTime, if you do different hand gestures, the little icons come up. So you do the heart sign with your hands, little hearts come up. If you do a thumbs up, it does a thumbs up, a little icon. And then if you do, how does it work? 2 thumbs up, I think, you get a fireworks. I think that's what it is. And then there's one more, balloons. If you do a peace sign, you get balloons. So my dad was enjoying that. That's fun. There we go, technology. There we go. Okay, so here is, try to do that like a little, so it's really closed, and then that would go up here. So how cute is that? Okay, we're gonna just go ahead and put this like that. I think we're gonna have to attach these after, but let's go ahead and take a picture of that so we have it. Mirta, there she is. Yeah, the FaceTime, yeah, it's so great to be able to FaceTime. I mean, that's a revolution. Yeah, since they're like currently about 4 hours away, so that's a long drive, but I'll be going soon, that's for sure. Okie dokie, so let's get resining. Let's resonate. Okay, so here's the resin. And I'll put a teeny little coat. I don't want to put too much because I'm wondering if I should add it with a brush or something, so I won't get too much, because I find that I get too much resin. Let me get a little. Did I put one of the ones that Amber gave me in here? Because Amber, you gave me the. Oh, here we go. Here's the one you gave me. So maybe we can use that. I just don't want too much resin. And make sure we have some toothpicks. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's not a toothpick. Oh, we also have these doohickeys. What we're gonna do with those, we could maybe pour it on or something. So let's make sure this is pushed down. Okay. And we can start by doing a little bit here. But I really don't want too much. Just a little bit. Just to have a base coat. Okay, so we've got a little there. And I wonder if we could, I'm just trying to see how much. Yeah, maybe just if I get a little on the end of the toothpick. Oh, you know what might have been easier? Let's do this. Okay, I know it's gonna take a hot minute to back these up a bit, but I think it's going to be better if we do this. Let's just remove these. Okay, let's put the resin first. It's going to be easier. Okay. Because otherwise we're going to have to like get them in each of those circles, which is going to be really finicky. Okay, so let's go ahead, put some resin there, resin there. And see if that's enough. Might need a little more. Want to get right to the edge, because I find sometimes you don't get right to the edge and then there's like a little ditch. Like a little empty spot. So let's get this on here. I have to close my window again. Around here, get it right to the corners, right in there. Because we want a little bit of resin and we want it to cover the whole surface, but we don't want it to be too much. There. So we're just going to make sure it goes right to the edges. Hopefully it doesn't go through. Okay. And then what we're going to do is, hopefully that's going to stick. Let's get these guys and put them in. Okay, so we'll do that one, and then that one. And then we'll do one with the beads, because I like that idea. Okay, and then this one. And there, and that one. Okay, so let's make sure they're pushed down. Okay, let's try that. Perfect, so we will get our lamp. Do these. Okay. Have you seen my teapot made with electric wire and have you seen my teapot? Did you make a teapot, Mirta? I know you made those guitar picks out of leather and I still have yet to share those, but the teapot, am I having a brain fart? Because now I forget. Did you send me a picture? Let me look. Yeah, let me know if you sent me a picture. And Corey made a teapot yesterday. Yeah, if you guys are sharing pictures, let me know because sometimes I miss them. And sometimes I get confused about who did what. Just because I know Mirta sends me emails with her stuff. Let me check. You sent me the guitar picks. So let me see if I can find those. Because I don't think I shared them. I know I didn't share them yet. I don't think I did. Did I share them? Maybe. Okay, let me just check. Here we go. I get too many emails. That's an issue. Let me check. Oh, I see your Easter basket. Oh, you sent me that. That was like an Easter basket with wire and leather. Made with leather and wire. I think I got that. And then the other one was the guitars, the guitar strings. See more? Oh, can't see it on my phone. That's weird. Because you sent it on the phone. Nope. Maybe it got deleted by mistake. Let's see. Sometimes I delete things after I save images, so that's possible. Let me check while this is cooking. No. I'll have to share it in the group because I can't find it. Let me look. Okay, so there's that. And that went off. So now that should be good. So let's do all our nail polish. Okay, we've got, it's reddish. This is also maybe a better red. And then we need, now is that black? I think that's black. Okay. Let us do our color and hopefully it works. I might need now this for the color. Okay, we can start by putting I need a medium-sized brush. That's what we need. So what I'm going to try to do is, I guess, somehow, see, it's going over the edge a little bit. But we're going to try to, if we start by just kind of pushing the nail polish, definitely good to have a smaller brush because the other brush is like really big. So we're just going to go in with the little brush. And if you have a steady hand, even better. And I still have to get something to color the resin. Apparently you can use eyeshadow, which I didn't know. I actually use, I think somebody told me last week on the live stream about the eyeshadow, and then I did see it in a video that people use that. And then there's also it's like a mica based powder that you can mix. Oh, you know what the other thing was that I actually was going to try today, and I might still try it, is acrylic paint. Apparently you can mix acrylic paint with resin. You just have to be careful not to put too much or it won't set. So let me know if you guys have ever tried that, mixing acrylic paint with resin, because that could work. That could work. So, and I think what I'm going to do is I might set this before I put the black. A little bit more here. I really want to get enough in there. Although we don't want it too thick, because remember it didn't set well with it too thick. So I'm going to be careful not to put it too thick. And I think I will try the acrylic paint because it might actually work better than colored nail polish. But we're going to try. I'm going to get a good gob of nail polish here. And they don't, you know, they give you lots of colors in these, but the trouble is they're so little. So the colors that I like, I'm going to run out of. I'll definitely run out of the red because they're not very big bottles in the black and white. And then I tried regular nail polish and it didn't work so great. So, I mean, it just stinks. Regular nail polish smells so bad. Okay, so we're gonna, okay, get that in there, and there. Maybe I'll just try to gob some bits of nail polish in there because this little brush is great for spreading, but it doesn't get much on it. But in here, you kind of need to use a little brush. So this is very finicky. Sorry about this, guys. Okay, I'm gonna get another gob here. And trying to get a good little gob of polish. And let me know if you guys have tried the UV nail polish, whether you're on the live chat or watching the replay. And if you have tried the UV nail polish, if you have any tips or tricks to make it work. I think you're supposed to use pretty thin coats, but we're gonna see. Okay, up there and a little bit more. Okay, so let's just, how does that look? I'm gonna look up close. It's pretty good. Actually, you know what? I probably should have done it even thinner and just put resin on top. That might have been better because this is really thick now. Okay, so let's put it under for a couple of minutes. Okay, and then we're gonna do the black. I haven't tried UV nail polish. My UV resin came with mixing cups. Yes. Yeah, ours, this one does too. Let me just find it. Okay, I'm gonna actually wipe off the rest of the nail polish here. So this one did come with glitter. I sent some to Amber. So I have half of this type of glitter and half of that type of glitter. And yeah, I sent some to Amber so she can check it out and see if she likes a resin. It comes with all these frames and keychains. And so that is one way to color it, is to put the flecks, but you can actually buy something else for that. And here's the mixer. So let me go grab some acrylic paint and we're gonna try that too. So while this goes, I'll get some acrylic paint. Okay, so I have faux card. We're gonna try it. Why not? I'm gonna have something to drink. Then we'll put the black. And after that, maybe after we'll do a little spiral on the back too, so the head will attach to the body. But for now, we're going to just do this. And I started a little late, so Amber, if you have to go, no problemo at all. I'm going to do my best to try to do a couple of samples. So what else did we wanted to try? We wanted to try the beads. I also like these, but I don't know if they're a good size. The little O-rings are cool. I mean, those would be super cool too. Let me get some of those out. Okay. And we'll do it another 60 seconds while we look at O-rings. So this was, I bought these O-rings. Remember I made this little motorcycle with the O-rings? Here, so you guys can see it. I can link up that tutorial as well. That was super cool. And so now we have all these little O-rings. Let's get a bunch out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, that look, we have little ones too. Maybe the little ones would be better. Okay, let's get the little ones. So we need 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'll link up where to get these. These are from Amazon too. I like working with these. We did a couple of live streams making stuff with O-rings many moons ago. Okay, so the options are O-rings, jump rings, and beads. So let's get the beads too. So here's all my favorite beads. And I could just use little black beads, might be cute. Let me get out 6 beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Okay. Good. I'll put my yin yangs back. Okay. I should probably maybe put the sticky one back under the thing. Is it still sticky? Well, it's not too bad. But I remember I was going to put another coat of resin on one of these. Because that definitely has a coat of resin. This one, I think that's the pure nail polish. I can try that. Let me just put a little coat of resin on top of this. And it can just dry while we're doing the other one. Get the brush. Oops, there we go. So we have I just put the resin brush in here. Oh, I think it hardened. Oof, great. Okay, let's just do this. Kind of spread it out a little bit. You could almost because this is kind of messed up now, this brush. you almost need disposable brushes, but what you could almost do is there a glove in there still? Oh, I don't think I have a glove in there anymore, but what you could do is just, I don't know, a piece of plastic? You could just get a little piece of like, just gonna do this. I have a glove somewhere, but you could just put like a glove on and maybe spread it that way to get an even spread. I don't know if that works. Just to get a really thin spread. That's pretty good. Okay, and now I'm gonna put it under the resin lamp again. I'll put it off camera so you guys don't have to watch it. There. Now let's put some black on the ladybug. Is the yin, is the black? Good question. Yin black and yang white? I'm not sure. 143 there. Okay, so you're an hour earlier. Try more this summer. Awesome. Buenos Aires. Very nice. Okay, let's do the black. So we're going to put some in the head. Okay, and then spread it. So we're going to take that, spread it around. I like the way it has the gold background too. And I could fill it in with resin after. I really should have done less, I think, resin in the red, because it might take a while to dry. So I'm just basically dabbing the black in the spots. This works, actually, this works really well. Just a little dab. Little dab will do ya. There we go. Oh, it's so pretty. It looks like, is it cloisonine or something is the word for it? Okay, excuse my head while I get close. No, I didn't fully fill it in. You have to really check to make sure you filled in the whole, you want to fill in the whole circles, because I saw some gaps there. Oh, I got on top of it a little bit. You might be able to file that off slightly after. Okay, so let me just, okay, see if it's spread. I don't think it's fully spread. Yeah, just go in with a toothpick to make sure. Yeah, because this one has less, I think. We're just spreading it around. And put a little bit. I think it should be all right. Even it's a little less. Okay, so let us. It's so pretty. I just hope it holds together. Now, do we need? No, we don't want to put anything in the circles because those will be used to hang the pendant. So let's do this. So let's do this 1, 2, 3. And Ava or Ava. Hello, hello. Nice to see you. You can always lay the ladybug in the sun for the day. Good idea. Okay, so we're going to do this. And now we want to do another one. And we're going to use, we could try one with beads. Why don't I get some thicker wire? I could try a black outline. Let me see if I have some black wire in the maybe 16 gauge. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, so this is aluminum wire. I have some black, and we're going to try to do the beads. And maybe at some point we'll do the O-rings too. I'm gonna grab some of the black wire, a decent length, maybe 12 inches. And I even have thicker wire, I suppose I could use too. And we're going to, Ava says, so cute, thank you. Okay, good evening. Ah, so you are already evening, nice. We're almost 3 p.m. here in Montreal, Eastern time. Eastern Standard Time. Now, this time, I want to do it a little bit different. And what we're going to do is let us take this, bend it in half. It's a little hard to see because of the light there, but let's not worry too much about that. We're going to go ahead and bend that in half and give it a little pinch. Okay. And then from here, like, let's see how big it has to be for this. Well, we could do these. I really like these. I think I'm going to use those. And then we're going to bend it up, okay, at an angle. And then this one, bend it up in the same place. Okay, I'm going to do this for another 3 minutes. And we're going to actually, you know what I could do? There, we turn it off for a sec. I'm going to get this out of the way because it's a little distracting. I'm going to pick it up and bring it over here and do it off camera. So is that off camera? I think so. Yep, perfect. Okay, perfect. Then that won't be so distracting. I am aware that things that are extra on the paper can be really distracting, so I will be conscious of that. Angela! Ladybugs! Yes, we are doing the resin ladybugs. We're doing number 2, and we're hacking our way through the designs. I did some sketches. Here, I'm going to show you. And you can see them. This is what we're working with. And I did one with the resin first, nail polish second, just to give it a little, because we've been trying the gel nail polish, and it's not really strong enough to use on its own. So what we've been doing is, let's see how that's going to look, doing resin first. Now, rather than do the headpiece separate for this one, although, just looking at this, it's okay, I'm going to try something. So if we bend it back, okay, bend it right back here. I don't think I would have used any thicker wire. This is the 16, and I'm thinking you wouldn't want to go any bigger than 16 because it's going to be hard to do the details. This is going to be a chubby ladybug. That's okay. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to bring this one back. Okay, back, and we can give it a little squeeze. 16 gauge, yeah. So this is 16 gauge aluminum wire, which is, you know, nice and soft and easy to mold. And then we're going to bend it up to form the head. So this way, we can hopefully do it in a way that it can be sitting flat. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to figure out a way to do this so the whole thing sits flat. And I think this is going to work. So we're going to take this, bring it up a bit, and up, okay, up there. Oh, and our light went off, so we'll check that after. So we're going to bring this one around, and the idea is we're doing closed shapes here and around. Okay, and bring that in. So this way, this can sit flat and hold the resin. Bring that one in here. And then after, I will wind that with wire so it stays nice and flat. And I should take a picture before we do this too. Oh, that's stuck to the paper a bit. Okay, let's go ahead and do our little loops at the top. And around. 2 around. And then if you guys think of any other things you want me to try with resin, this is a great opportunity to do it, because I don't do a lot of resin tutorials, but I love troubleshooting the ideas on the live streams, and it's not really something I would do on my own time. But this way, we kill 2 birds with 1 stone, because we can hang out and do some new ideas at the same time, which is great. Great. I'm going to do that. Clip it, and this one, we're going to clip it. I am definitely going to go for a little walk after this. I have a free coffee coming to me down at Cocoa and Bean, which is our local coffee shop. They opened a few years ago, and they're phenomenally successful. And the women that run it are really very business minded and do like a lot of really cool stuff and community stuff and things like that. So I'm gonna go there after, because they have a loyalty card, and after 10 coffees you get a free one. Look how cute this is. So this is cute. Let's take a picture of that. That's going to be our base for the resin. That pretty well turned out how I wanted it to. So we'll take a picture of that. Okay. Photo. Okay. And now I haven't had a ladybug at home yet, but last week he had a bee. Ooh. We have a very invasive kind of ladybug here. They're not even ladybugs. They're some kind of weird beetle. And we always like annihilate them anytime we see them, because they can be very invasive. My friend Patricia used to have a cottage, and it totally invaded her cottage. It was insane. And they had a lot of trouble getting rid of them. So those ladybugs we don't like. But regular ladybugs are nice. Okay, so here is our tape. We're going to lay this down on the tape here. And let's do the same thing where we put the resin first, and then we're going to put the color after. So we really have to get that down. Okay. And hopefully, yeah, look, we could even pick it up to make sure it's straight, like if you have to do any other little straightening thing, because if you bend things back, then they straighten out a little bit. So this is soft. It's very easy to maneuver, but we do want it to sit flat. Okay, so I think we're good, hopefully. Okay, let's check the other ladybug to see how it's doing. Still a little sticky, so let's just put it a little longer. Yeah, thin coats of nail polish, guys. Thin coats. Okay, now let's do our resin invasion of those in our house. Oh, yeah, they're not fun to get rid of, so we always like make sure when we come in the house at night, because usually they're out like sort of in the evening, we just make sure we like totally get rid of them, because they're not nice. They're not even cute. Okay, so let's spread this out. Make sure there's no bubbles. You could get a heat gun to pop the bubbles. Actually, in one of the videos, the lady had a kind of a heat thing, and it was much less blowy than the heat gun I have. So I should find out where she gets that. Maybe there's a special one for resin, because it was just had a very small tip, and it didn't seem to like push the resin away at all. So because you don't want it to get like blown out of shape type of thing. So if you resin people, let me know if there's a special heat gun for that, because it seemed to be like a particular size. Okay, so there are bubbles in here. We just have to like try to pop them, or I mean, it doesn't really matter because they'll be nail polished on top. So there's that. Now let's go ahead and put these guys in there. We're going to use our tweezers, if I could find where I put them. Here they are. A candle or a lighter. Ah, Mark has a lighter. Mark, where'd he go? I may find him. Hang on. I'm gonna ask Mark for a lighter. We might have one up there in the cupboard. Ooh. I found one. I haven't used a lighter in a long time. So what do you do? This? Whoop. Whee! Oh my goodness. It works. Wow. Cool. Yeah, totally pops them. Burn the thing. There's one little mischievous one there. There we go. Awesome. Yay. Bic to the rescue. Wicked. A mini torch. Yeah, lighter works great. That's awesome. Okay. Now let's put these little O-rings in there. How cute are these? Yay. Oh my goodness, these are so fun. Glad I happened to find those. That's only because I couldn't find my jump rings. There. And, oh, cute. Let's just hope we can get the, I should have maybe put the, maybe I should have put a coat of, should have put a coat of the red first. No, we're just gonna do that. Okay, let's take a picture. Let's take a picture of that. That's so cute. I kind of even like it just clear and black. Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 ladybugs on a ladybug picnic. That song's gonna be stuck in my head. Sorry for the earworm. We should actually find that. Wouldn't that be fun to find that? All wonky. Wonky's good. Nothing wrong with wonky. Okay, I'm gonna look up that video. Ladybug picnic. Ladybug picnic. Sesame Street. Aw, probably get a copyright strike. But let's see if we can. Do they have a? Oh yeah. Let's see. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Okay, I'm just gonna do it quickly, and if I do it for a few seconds, I probably won't get a copyright strike. Now let's just do it this way. Can you guys see that? We're gonna try that. Okay, let's try it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The ladybugs came to the ladybug picnic. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, that's enough. I don't want to get a copyright strike, but you get the point. That's so funny. Yeah, it's nice like that, eh? But I will, you know, I'm going to go that extra mile. But what I wanted to do was to try this one, but I'm going to do that after, I think. I'm going to stick with nail polish for now, and then I'm going to try that one. So then we'll have three attempts. Cute song, eh? Do you remember that? Oh my God. I remember that from my childhood. It's such an awesome song. Sesame Street's the best. The absolute best. Okay, so if I'm doing that now, let's get something different. We've done 16 gauge. We can go to an 18 gauge maybe. Let's see what I have for 18 gauge. I have, well, these are 20 gauge. Let me look for 18 gauge. And the 16 gauge is back. And I had black. I mean silver. I might try that. I'm just gonna open the window a little more. Okay. Smells like chicken. Okay, so let's remove that. See if that's pretty dry. Okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the red. Is this the same red? I think it's the same red. And then we're going to do the black and hope it's gonna work out. Okay, How's our other one doing? Is it still sticky? I mean, maybe. Let's put it on for longer. Whoa, can you UV light something? I don't know. Okay, there we go. So the red again. I'm gonna go ahead and try to just get this around in this little spots, and then we'll spread it. See how well that's gonna work. I'll do a little more. Okay, now we'll get our, I'm really gonna try not to put too much. This in, and I'm gonna need a little more. Okay. Yeah, definitely requires some patience. Yeah, right up there. Push it with the toothpick. Make sure it goes right to the corner. And here. And I'm gonna need a little bit more. Bring that up. And around. And around the O-rings. Oh, wow. This is so cool. Okay. And around here. And push it around a little bit more. Okay. Push that around and up. Up a little more. And down and around. I should have taped this down a little better. That's okay. We're gonna just do what we can. Add more here. And just push it around. Whoopsie. Push it right up. And Amber, if you have to go, just let me know. No problem. Because we're going a little bit later. We started a little later. Okay. And around. Okay, how's that looking? I think that's pretty good. Oops. I went over the edge a bit. I like with the black outline. Okay, so that's cool. So let's go ahead and do the black dots, and then we'll just nuke the whole thing together. Okay. Perfect. There we go. You're back. Awesome. Diane, I love it. So cute. Thank you. So now let's go ahead and do the black. So the idea with the black is you just like take it and drop it in. Dip it, not too much, but you want a decent amount, and just drop it in. Oh, I got a little too much there, I think. And there. And drop it in the middle. Another one. That one, and one more. Right in there. Okay. Yeah, got a little too much in that one, but I might be able to fix that. Maybe like take some from one and put it in the other. Cool. Okay. Oh, the head. Oops. Okay, I think I have to get that. I'll be right back. Hi, Emmett. Can I call you back? I'm on another call. Thank you. Okay, bye. Okay, so now we're gonna keep going. We're gonna put a little more black. This time for the head. There we go. Okay. And there. Good. Okay, so that's awesome. So let's go ahead and do that one. 1, 2, 3. And quickly do one more. So we're gonna put away the nail polish. I don't think we need that anymore. Let me just get it out of the way. We have to put the little lid thing back to hold them all together. Okay, so there's the set we bought on Amazon. And that set comes with this munga big light. So if you need to do big items, it comes with a big light. So that's good. And let's go ahead and try one more with colored, coloring with paint. I'll get a piece of 18 gauge wire. This one might or might not be thick enough, but it's always good to experiment. And I'll maybe make this one not too big because the beads I'm using are 4mm black beads. I have 20 more minutes. Okay, no problem. We'll see if we can get this done in 20 minutes. And if not, it's just let me know, no problem at all if you have to leave. So we're gonna go ahead now and yeah, let's do it this way with the little opening at the bottom. That way we could do the head with the same wire and it doesn't get finicky to attach it together, because what I am going to have to do with that other gold one is put another layer of resin and then put a little spirally thing at the back. So I'm going to go ahead and, whoops, I need the flat wire pliers. We're going to go ahead and bend this up here and like this. There, okay. And that one, and then we're going to bend this one up at an angle. Hopefully it's going to be big enough. And this one, there, down a little more. Okay, so this is our starting point for the ladybug. And let's get a round form. You can use the highlighter. And this one. Okay, perfect. And around. So this one, I'm gonna put it on for another little bit to make sure it's hardened. So I'll move that to the side. Perfect. And we're gonna go ahead and work on this guy and try to get it done quickly. And hopefully it's gonna be big enough. It might be too small now. We're gonna see. Yeah, it might be a little small, but that's okay. We can maybe make this a little longer. Let's just try. Let's just make it a little bit longer. I find it a little bit small. So we're gonna bring that down a bit more. This one too. And just bring that down. And be like that. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna bring that one up and that one up. And then we wanna do, I guess, the same way we did it before. So let's curve these out. I mean, they really don't have to be perfect. It is a organic creature. And I'm gonna bring that out a little bit more, bend it out. And then this one, we'll try to do it the same way. We will bend it out. And then we're gonna do the same thing over here. And we're gonna bend it out. Okay, so those are how we start with that. And like I said, I'm gonna wind a little wire under that after to hold it together. But just to get going with this, we're gonna do that and bring that one out. There. Okay, this one too, we're gonna bring it in. Around. Okay, and bring it around. And then out. Okay. Keeping it simple, little wobbly. That's okay. Okay. And there and there. Okay. Let's do our little loops at the top. You could do spirals if you want as well. That'd be cute. I mean, the spirals are going to be a little small maybe, but here, let's try spirals. Change it up a bit. So if you want to do spirals, bring it out and make sure they're the same length. And usually what I do for that is I'll just bring them up together. I don't know how long they want to be. Maybe about like this. Looks like about 1.25 inches. Might or might not be long enough. And then take the end with your round nose, small round nose pliers, and bring it around. Of course, this one got a little wonky itself because I already bent it, but that's okay. And now we're gonna do this one. Make sure I'm on camera. Around and around. Okay. Make your little spirals. Yeah, that's a key to making the spirals the same size, is make sure your wires are cut the same length. And then they'll automatically, oof, wow, it'd be the same size. I didn't say they'd be the same shape. Okay, there we go. And around. Okay, cool. Ooh, this one's nicer than the other one. Maybe I have to open that one up a bit. There. Nice. And actually, if you just push that in a bit, if you put an earring hook or a jump ring in there, you'll slide it in there and it won't come out. Okay, now let's go ahead and press this with the nylon jaw pliers. And then all we want to do is try to mix up a resin with the color red. Let's go ahead and take this one. Doesn't have to be too big. And making sure this is flat, even. We're going to put it on there. And make sure everything is going to sit flat. Also, let's go ahead and tape it down so it won't wiggle everywhere. Okay, that one and that one. And now you could really like push it with the back of your nail to stick it down. And hopefully it'll stick. Okay, let's go ahead and get some resin and a little bit of red paint. There's sparkles in there. I don't know how I'm gonna get rid of those sparkles. You wipe them on my jeans. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead. Oh no, now there's jean fuzz all over it. Yuck. What can I do about that? Let's turn it inside out. Use the inside out side. Ha 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 ha. There we go. That was not smart. Maybe wash this after. I don't know if I have another one. That's okay. We'll just, you know what I can do? Let's do it on here. That's the trouble with that silicone stuff. It's little glitter and stuff sticks to it. So let's just do it on the yogurt lid. And the yogurt lid, once you cure it, see, it just pops right off. So we'll just use this. I think it's better than the silicone. It's really sticky. Okay, I don't think we need much. We're gonna do this, and we're going to get some red folk art. Now you could probably use thicker acrylic paint, might be better, but for people that don't have art supplies, you can get the this type of paint at the dollar store. Okay, but we don't want too much or it might not cure. So I did watch a video about different ways to color resin. I'll try to find it and share it, and it's a fine balance between how much resin and paint. So I put like maybe a quarter size blob of resin and just a little bit of red paint. So let's see if that's enough to color the resin. I'm gonna mix it right in. Might be a little pale, but I think I'd rather be on the pale side than on the too much paint side, because I want it to be able to cure. So fingers crossed this is going to work. So we've mixed acrylic paint with resin, and now I will try to scoop it into that. So we have our scooper, and we're going to try to scoop it. Oh, if it's going to scoop. Try to scoop it into the frame. Okay, and hopefully it's going to work. And if it doesn't work, well, we tried. And you can do the same thing with, as we did before, with resin and nail polish on top. So we're gonna go ahead and do our wings. It's pretty good. Another little bit here. And I'm going to use a toothpick. Okay, so that's that. Oh, we will have to do some black as well. Okay, we can do that after. And now we're going to get our beads. Let's see if this is, oh, this is going to be tricky to get them in here. You love jewelry, awesome. So now we are going to, these might be too big, and they're definitely going to be sticking out. So that's okay. We're going to do what we can to put some beads. We probably should have had a bigger frame. Yeah, these are sticking up a little too much, but that's okay. It's just the idea. I could have got smaller beads, I guess. Maybe seed beads would work. Okay. And as always, you guys can do your own spin on these designs. This is just trying things out, see how they go, seeing if it works. Okay, there's that. So now let's mix some black. We're going to do a little bit of, just a little bit of resin, and really just a teeny bit of black. Okay. Black seed bead, yeah, great minds think alike. Black seed beads would be better. Whoops, because these are a little big. I might have some black seed beads. I can see if I have some. Okay, let's actually look right now and see. And if I don't have them, Allison might have some in her. Let me check Allison, the tickle trunk for Allison's beads. Let me go look. Allison always has what I need, so let's see if she has some little black beads. Let's remove these. I wonder if I can recoup these. Ooh, I just splotched. The resin went over the edge a little bit. That's because this is a very, the 18 gauge is really small. So maybe I wouldn't advise the 18 gauge, and now I'm making a mess. Okay, let's see if she has any small black beads. And I know that Amber, you have to go soon, so don't worry about it. I'm just gonna see what I can do with these little beads. Maybe just a little. You can get smaller ones, but see that? Oh, that's all right. Let's use those. Make sure I have some small ones. Try to get as flat ones as possible. Some of the, you know how seed beads are uneven. Some are flatter than others. This one's pretty flat. And let's see what I can get. I have to take my glasses off because I can't see them well. Okay, here's a, oh, that one's pretty flat. That's good. I'm gonna remove that one because that one's too big. Oopsies. Okay, and try to get us the skinniest ones possible. Yeah, there. Okay, those are definitely better than the other beads I had, because the other ones were 4 millimeter round beads, and they were way too big. So if you have some little seed beads, it's definitely better. I'm just going to see if I have some nice flat ones. That's good. Oopsies. These tweezers are handy. And maybe one more. I hope you guys try to make some of these ladybugs because they're fun. Okay, all I need is one more flat seed bead. Okay, when you start getting too picky. Okay. Looks good. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's do those like that. Okay, we're just going to adjust them. Make sure they're nicely spaced. Ah, that looks better. Okay, and this, the heads come apart, so what can I do about that? Okay, this part is not holding down well, so what I might have to do is actually hold it down a little bit when I cure it, and then there's stuff, maybe I should try to get that out of there before I cure it, because it's like, I don't know, it kind of went over the edge. But let's go ahead and try to mix the black, a little teeny bit of black. Okay, a little black with the resin. Oh, it's already starting to cure because of the light. It's a bright, sunny day. Okay, so let's just try to get that in. Mix it up. And hopefully, let's just get another. I don't know how it's going to come out. You know what? I'm going to start it again with the resin again because it did start curing. So let's just do another little bit. I'm going to get the black, stick it in here, and hopefully that's going to work. It's kind of gooey. Not sure why. Okay, let's try to get it in here. Okay, we're going to try to get that in the head. I don't know how well that's going to work. Oof, it's really gooey. So I'm going to hold this down like that and try to get more of this in there. But holding that down, because otherwise it's going to go over the edge. Okay, this is a bit sloppy, but that's okay. So let's do that. We're gonna put it under here and see how that goes. And all right, I gotta go. Oh, no worries, no worries, Amber. Amazon has the same kit. Yes. Rubber O-rings. Yes. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I can link up all that stuff in the description after. And bye, Amber. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you always for your help on the live stream. Super appreciate it. And have a great afternoon and enjoy hockey if you're watching any hockey tonight. Yeah, we're just about done. So just a couple of finishing touches and we will be finished. And we're going to hope that this resin with the paint works. And I will probably give it a couple of runs through the lamp, but I'll show you guys when I'm done and then I'll pretty well sign off. So that's good timing, very good timing. And hopefully we're hoping, oh, I already see an issue with the red and the resin, but that's okay. We might have to do another little coat because I can already see it's got really thin. So either I'll have to mix some more or I'll have to restart. So we're gonna see. But it's good to experiment to see what works and what doesn't. And you guys can work with the materials you have on hand to do the resin. I'm gonna have a little sip of water while we wait, and hopefully this will hold together. And I am going to just check my messages. What time is it now? Oh, it's already 3:30, 3:20. Okay, this is gonna go. I'm just really hoping this is gonna work with the paint, but I will try to get some pigments because I think that will work much better. Oh, thanks, Connie. Like, share, and subscribe. That's awesome. Okay, so now let's go ahead and see if this did anything. I'm gonna just like touch it. It's a little sticky. This is a little thin here. So what I'm gonna try to do is add a little bit more. And like I said, this might or might not work with the paint. So if it doesn't work with the paint, I might even try to redo it with the nail polish. But we're gonna see. We're gonna try. I'm just gonna fill it in a little bit because it got a little thin. And oh, the other thing that might work better, you know, is to do. I wonder if it would work if you just did a thin coat of resin, and then a thin coat of paint, pure paint, and then another thin coat of resin. I mean, that might work too. Have you guys ever tried that? Just like painting on the resin and then putting a coat of resin on top? That might work. I didn't think about that. So I'm gonna, I'll just put this resin on. I'm gonna put the lamp on and then I'll say goodbye. And then I'll post pictures in the group of the, and in the community section so you can see the final results. Because right now it's looking a little thin with the paint, but I also might have put too much paint, but you want enough paint that it's going to be opaque-ish. So let's just go ahead. I'm going to put this on. I will put it under the lamp for another couple minutes, and then I can put another coat of clear varnish after. Okay, so I'm going to put the lamp on, and then I'm going to say goodbye. And flip the screen. Let me flip the screen and not get resin all over everything. You can see, oh look, you can see my screen. That's what I see. Ha ha ha. You can probably see your names on the screen too. That's awesome. Oh, and you see a picture of my parents. Oh, that's so cool. I have a photo of them beside my workspace. That's such a nice photo. That's when they lived at their old apartment. Okay, so now I'm going to flip the screen. So that's it, guys. That's it for today. Let me know which was your favorite. Okay, so we did this one with the black wire and this one with the gold wire, flat wire. And I'm working on the other one. And thank you everybody for your amazing ideas. Thank you, Angela, for your original request for the ladybugs. I'm having a lot of fun with the designs. And thank you to Amber for moderating the chat. I know she had to duck out. No worries at all. Oh, I've got one of my favorite shirts on. 4 eyes is more eyes. I don't know why I said that. I said that one day. And yay, oh, thanks so much, Angela. And yours were gorgeous. I showed them earlier in the live stream. So watch the early part of the replay and you will see your beautiful ladybug set. You did such an amazing job. Really a real inspiration. So guys, don't hesitate to ask for special requests. I'll do more resin next week. Let me know what you want me to work on for the resin. And I hope everybody has an amazing rest of the week. And we will see you the next time. Bye.